What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cool JC, and this is Trap News. Recently, I seen a video, man, on Vlad TV, and it was a young lady. He was interviewing a young lady by the name of Ayanna Jackson. A lot of you all are not familiar of who Ayanna Jackson is. Miss Jackson is the female who accused Tupac in 1994 of sexual assault and rape. Okay, so let me catch you up on the history. All right, so in 1994, Tupac was accused of rape. Him and some of his associates. You know, he vehemently denied the accusation all up to his death. But anyway, flash forward to now. Miss Jackson, she was giving an interview, and like I said, I had to take my hat off to Vlad. He did a great job. I wish he would have pressed more on some of the questions, but nonetheless, we got the interview. So, in this interview, man, I mean, the way she was acting, a lot of the shit that she was saying came off foo-foo. It came off not authentic. And I can understand why some people are skeptical of women when they come out and saying they have been raped. Now, like I say, in some cases, it does happen. So I'm not here to shit on Miss Jackson or any victim who's a survivor of sexual assault. But it was a couple of things in this interview that had me, you know, looking at her sideways. Okay. Let's go back to some of the stuff she said. And like I said, once again, if you have not seen the video, I recommend you do go see it. Nonetheless, a couple things that caught my attention in this interview. She said her and Tupac met at a club. Okay, he had his hand in her pockets, in her back pockets, so her ass. So he was feeling on her. Basically, he was feeling on her. Okay, so they proceeded to go dancing. They were kissing, you know, very aggressive. As she said, it was a lot of kissing going on. Okay, now here's where it gets tricky to me. You just met Tupac, and you already on the floor giving him fellatio. She claims that Tupac lowered her head down, and she kissed it and got back up. Now, multiple witnesses came out. Even Tupac said himself in interviews that she gave him fellatio on the dance floor. I'm just saying. So after they get finished doing that, they leave the club scene. They go to Tupac room. They have sex. And you know, as time passed, they hang out a couple times. And she comes back to Tupac room again. He calls her up, and she comes over to the place again. Okay, now let me be clear on this here. The article I also read said that Meriden hotel room that he was staying in was $750 per night. $750 per night. And that's back in 1994. So I can imagine what the price is now. So he was somewhere in a plush hotel. And you know security gonna be heavy though. So you mean to tell me you get gang raped in a plush hotel? And once again, I'm gonna state this again. Those rooms are $750 per night. So you know it's a plush hotel, and you know security gonna be top notch. Cameras everywhere and all this, what have you. So you get raped, you get sexually assaulted in that hotel room. You don't scream. You don't do nothing to try to alert security? I don't understand it, man. I mean, I don't understand it. Like, she said she came to win a real tight black skirt. I don't know, man, just some of the stuff she was saying. And then also what got me, when she tried to cry, I'm like, oh man, now that what did it for me. When I seen it, all that, I mean, come on, man, really. It was like she trying to force herself to cry. And also, I want to know also. Now, Tupac, I seen the interview with Tupac and he said that courts wouldn't allow certain evidence in. Like, for instance, him wearing a condom while they had sex that night. Why wasn't that condom allowed as evidence in the court proceeding? Think about that. You about to rape somebody, you take time out to put a condom on. Somebody gotta explain that to me. Once again, I'm gonna repeat it. You're raping somebody or you in an attempt to rape someone and you take time out to put a condom on? Now, like I said, Tupac said that. He said, but they won't allow that evidence into the courtroom. Why? I don't know. And then she goes on to say that when she was on top of him, straddling him, they had sex. But then again, when Vlad asked her again, she didn't know they had sex. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, it was just too much confusion there, man. Too much confusion. And it was just crazy, man. Like, she said he had a handful of her hair and he had her head down while he having sex with her now. Other guys are feeling on. She's trying to hold her head up. But I didn't notice one time that she said she was screaming. You're not even trying to say, hey, stop, no. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a lot of shit it doesn't add up. She said the other guys assaulted her. She called out 2 more guys that assaulted her, but not the road manager, Tupac's manager. But yet he still goes to prison for 4 months. Like I said, man, a lot of shit just don't add up, man. When you start, moving the curtain, start looking behind the scene, a lot of shit don't add up. And Tupac goes on to say later on in the interview, before he passed, he said that he wished, on MTV, when he did it with Tabitha Sorensen, he states that she asked him, would there be anything you could do different that night? And he said, yes, I wouldn't close my eyes and sleep. Here's what I think would happen. She was a jump off. We call them cut buddies. She came over there. She had to know what's going on. I mean, she had to have known what was going to happen and what was going on. He probably Tupac called over there, got some of the homies over. We're going to run a train on you, blah, blah, blah. She was down for it. And I'm pretty sure what happened, they probably joked her when it's all said and done. She caught feelings. And in some ways, she probably thought that her and Tupac was going to be together, forever. She probably thought they would have a relationship after this film. It didn't pan out that way, and next thing you know, it's rape. Now, I want Miss Jackson to think about this film. And I want a lot of you women to think about this also. You meet a man, same day. You giving him fellatio on the dance floor or in his home. Y'all have sex the same day. How much do you think he's going to really value you after all that's said and done? Do you really think something special is going to come out of that? Besides both of y'all having happy endings. Think about that. You met Tupac that night at the club. You gave him head in the club. You proceeded afterwards to go to his house. Y'all have sex. Miss Jackson, I want you to really think about this. What kind of value do you think Tupac, look at now, being Tupac's shoes, do you think he really sees you as any value? That's all I gotta say, man. Well, y'all, that's my time. Cool JC.